Take it.
It's not my wallet.
They're selling chocolate. Chocolate? Overtime!
Hi, and welcome to That's Not My Wallet Count, where we count up all those errors in SpongeBob episodes. I'm your host, Presley J. Bowser. Today we'll be looking at the first ever episode of SpongeBob. Help Wanted, released in May 1st of 1999. I believe that SpongeBob is the most known and influential kids show of all time. I believe, in my opinion, it to be in the top 10 most known shows. That is what I believe. The creator, Steven Hillenburg, taught at the Orange County Marine. He saw a lot of marine life while teaching, and that influenced SpongeBob a lot. Which actually, fun fact, he originally wanted to call the show and SpongeBob SpongeBoy. But due to copyright issues, he couldn't do that, so he changed it to SpongeBob. He wanted to keep the word sponge in the name because he was afraid kids would think of him as a block of cheese, not a sponge. But yeah, so without further ado, how many errors were sneaked into the first ever episode of SpongeBob? Come with me and I'll tell you. So, actually, I usually would start the video right then and there showing scenes. But, funny enough, the first error is actually at the beginning of the credits. They spelt Steven Hillenburg's name wrong. Yeah, they spelt the creator's name wrong. There's supposed to be an N right there, but guess they missed it. The episode begins with the French narrator introducing us to SpongeBob and Bikini Bottom and all. And actually, the next error comes up when he shows SpongeBob's house. It is actually missing his bottom right window. SpongeBob gets out of bed, gets dressed, works out, sort of, in a way, and goes outside and gets ready to go get the new job at the Krusty Krab of a fry cook. He's attempting to, anyway. Two houses down, SpongeBob's neighbor Patrick, his best friend, we meet later on and stuff that we learn more about. That's one thing I love about this show, is that we meet their friendship and it goes from good to bad to good to bad, and I just love it. That's just one thing I love about this show. Patrick comes out and cheers on his best friend to go get that job. When he gets to the Krusty Krab, we actually get our third error. At the first scene, he's outside on the sand looking at the Krusty Krab, and just the next one, he's on the road. What? SpongeBob actually double thinks wanting to get the job and gets a little scared and goes to run away, but then Patrick stops him and tells him, "You can do it!" That was my Patrick voice. It might not have been good. While saying who's ready, there actually is another error. When he says who's ready, when Patrick says it, his eyelids actually turn pink and not purple. Literally 5 seconds after that, the last time SpongeBob says, "I'm ready," he jumps, his collar turns red, when it usually should be right. His tie is red. He then goes to the Krusty Krab, and actually while running there, Squidward, his middle neighbor, who really hates him and Patrick, sees him. And if you see on the window, he's wiping off a thing that says loser, has his face in an arrow. But in the next scene, when looking back, the arrow is missing. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but that's an error. After Squidward sees SpongeBob, he runs inside the Krusty Krab, going to tell the owner, Mr. Krabs, to not let SpongeBob in and get the job. But it's too late. SpongeBob gets inside, and what comes up is, it's hilarious. I died laughing. You go inside, trips and falls, and goes everywhere for a good 15 seconds. It is amazing. Literally, this is it 2 times the speed. SpongeBob wants a job, so Mr. Krab tells him if he gets a hydrodynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments and turbo drive, he can work there. Yeah, that sounds about right. SpongeBob cannot return until he finds the hydrodynamic spatula. So he leaves to go find it at Bargain Mart, and Squidward and Mr. Krabs start laughing for a good 10 seconds. And then the next error shows up. Those buses. Wait, wasn't there 4 that just came in? Not 5? Yep, that is the next error. The door opens, and they're anchovies. And Mr. Krabs then yells anchovies, and when he does, the line separates Squidward's mouth from his face, which usually isn't there. Anchovies then start spilling into the Krusty Krab and making a huge mess. The next error comes up when Squidward tells them to be quiet. In the back, you can actually see the wall, which is usually metal, is now wooden, and the order here sign is actually missing. But the anchovies get even more mad and start throwing the order boat that Mr. Krabs and Squidward are in and throwing it around like a rag doll. And actually, the next error shows up because the order here, their sign is also gone. While all of this is happening, SpongeBob is still looking at Bargain Mart, but the next scene actually has another error. When the Krusty Krab is jumping up and down, 2 of its flags, where they're supposed to be white, is actually swapped out with purple. Anchovies are swinging them around like rag dolls, and eventually they get slammed onto a pool, and Mr. Krabs says climb. when he actually says that, Squidward's teeth turn purple for a split second, which is actually another error. They're already saying their goodbyes, but then SpongeBob comes in with his spatula, and actually that's when the next error happens. On the pool they have, it's reddish tint, but then the next right scene, it's blue again, and it's red for a little bit. So it's like, what just happened? SpongeBob knows that the anchovies are really hungry, because I guess he can read minds. So then he goes inside there and starts making Krabby Patties like there's no tomorrow. And actually, the next error is during that scene when he's making them. His collar turns red again. It is not his collar, it is his tie that's supposed to be red. In the end, Mr. Krabs made a buttload of money, and he gives SpongeBob the fry cook job, and he's gonna say hip hip hooray, and he tells Squidward to say hip hip hooray. And actually, when he does that, he is jumping, and his undershirt actually goes missing twice. And last but not least, when Mr. Krabs is leaving, SpongeBob's teeth are actually yellow instead of white. The episode ends with Patrick coming into the Krusty Krab asking for one Krabby Patty, and SpongeBob obliterating him with 10 times that number. Holy crap. How many errors were there while SpongeBob fed some anchovies? Well, come with me, I'll tell you. I counted a total of 17 errors in this SpongeBob episode. That means there's an error about every 31.9 seconds. Hey guys, Preston J. Bowser here with my brother who actually helped me film the thing. He was in the background helping me out. At the end of each videos, I'll be doing little stuff like this, just saying thank you to people. Hopefully once I get subscribers, I'll say thank you to some of them. YouTube, and please do not block this or anything. I don't own any of the rights to SpongeBob or anything, not that you would think I did. It's just something I did for fun. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, so yeah, he was helping me out and stuff like that. Hopefully I can build up views and stuff like that, and I'm not going to tell you like all the way at the beginning, but like please subscribe and some of that, like the video if you liked it, I don't know. This is the beginning, hopefully we can build up. I'm hoping to put some SpongeBob stuff back here. Yeah, we're so early, this is literally just like a part of my room. This is my closet and my door. I don't show the rest of my room because it's filled with horror stuff, but yeah, but hey, thank you guys so much, and until next time, this is not my wallet. Yeah, I called it that because it's my favorite line from SpongeBob. Then take it. That's not my wallet. But yeah, until next time, this has been That's Not My Wallet Counts. Thank you guys.